Hello everybody, hope you're well. This is Louise and I thought I'll just do a YouTube clip about the great I am, the power that lives within each one of us and the power by which we can manifest our ideal world by changing our concept of self. Excuse me. I thought I would read a bit from The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. And if you're interested, I have just recorded this chapter and put it on Spotify with a short commentary. So I'll leave the link below. And please listen and like or rate whatever it is that you do on Spotify. So I'm just going to talk a bit about I am. What is I am, first of all? What is it? I am is the self-definition of God. In the Bible, he says, I am that I am. He calls himself I am. So what does that mean if God describes himself as I am? I am is the present moment awareness. I am is consciousness, awareness of being. And if you think about it, the only thing about us that never changes is this sense of I am within us, this feeling that we can tune into of awareness. It's just awareness, pure awareness. And I remember it from when I was a child. In the playground, I remember tuning into it and wondering why that felt different to how I was on the outside. Why, when I would sit against the playground wall and just focus on that feeling within, that felt more like me than what I experienced when I was relating to other people. And I wondered, why can't the inner self be the same as the outer self? I think that's what we're always aiming for, even if we don't know it. It's that authenticity. We want to be as we feel ourselves to be from within, which is this sense of God that we have. And if we meditate, and meditation really is tuning into our core essence of who we are, present moment awareness. And that's what the I am is. That's what God is. And God lives within each one of us. And so if we can just tune into that every day, say before we go out into the world, we're more grounded, we're more anchored in our true selves, and we can be more authentic with everybody we meet. And so understanding the I am is living in the I am, is being the I am. And we are all the time, aren't we? But we get caught up in objective reality. We get caught up in the hurry and the worries of the world. And it's like we feel lost because we're clinging to things on the outside instead of resting in our true nature on the inside. And that's what we need to do to live authentic and happy lives, to know who we are. That's what we need to do. And if we want to manifest things, if we want to change our concept of self, we need to really understand this power and believe in it. That's the most important thing. We have to believe that all the power we need is within us. And the way we can do that is by reading more about it and contemplating it and resting in it through meditation. That's the key. That's what we need to really be doing. And it says here as well, be still and know that I am God, which is also in the Bible. Be still. Because in the stillness, that's when you feel that awareness of being. And that's why we find our peace. So it's always worthwhile setting aside some time to meditate and rest in the great I am within us. So I wrote down some thoughts. Let me find them first. So I've written down, I am is the awareness of being. Well, I've just said that. The awareness of being. And the I am inside all of us remains the same. And I think we can take great comfort from that. Everything is always changing in objective reality in our everyday life. And I mean, our body changes. We feel like our personality changes sometimes, but our core essence always remains the same. So that's something we can really anchor ourselves to when life seems stressful. Just rest in who we are and be authentic. Now, how do we change our world so that we can live our best life? Well, in this chapter, it talks about rearranging the cause substance, the I am. So there's only I am in this world. There's only God, only consciousness, awareness in this world. But it manifests as different phenomena. And how do these different phenomena come about? Well, by resting in the I am. The I am itself is fragmented into everybody. So we all rest in I am. We are all one, even though we appear to be separate. And by imagining the I am creates different environments. It's just like a giant mind, and that doesn't describe it. It's like, well, it's just imagination. Neville Goddard used imagination more than mind. But the mind itself is always imagining. And if you really rest in whatever is imagined and you assume it is so, it is the truth, in some mysterious way, it manifests as form in this world. And yet, even though form appears to be solid and permanent, it's always changing. It's always disintegrating. And impermanent, and everything dies in this world. So why do we cling on to the changeable when we can't cling on to it? And we know that. It gives us some kind of security, but it doesn't really, because we know we can't hold on to it. We would do so much better if we really anchored ourselves in this great sense of awareness that is who we are. That's essentially who we are. Because that's something that cannot die. That is going to live forever. That's the eternal, and we have it within us. But instead, we cling to the body because we can see the body and appearance, and we take it as being who we are. It's not who we are. It's a tool to experience the world with. And one day we're going to have to lay it down. And so I say respect the body, appreciate the body, but don't cling to it. It's so hard though, because you look in the mirror and it's the familiar reflection back is who you see yourself to be. But you're going to go on living, well, not living as we know it, but existing. You're going to go on existing as I am after you die. And even in my most insecure moments, most anxious moments, when I guess are rooted in fear of death, I just can't not believe that. I just can't imagine not existing, because I feel that awareness all the time. And so how can that stop? I just can't imagine it. So yeah, I think a goal for all of us could be to connect more, I can't get my words out, connect more deeply with our essence. And we'll be happier. But to go on to manifesting, we need to rest in the I am, rest in the power. We need to rearrange the core substance, I am, into a different concept of self. So we think that, or maybe we don't think, because we've read a lot about Neville Goddard, and we believe that everybody is one. But it's quite different actually living it to believing it, isn't it? I mean, excuse me, we've all grown up seeing ourselves as being separate from the rest of the world. So it's us and it's the other. It's us and it's our environment. And it's a hard belief to change, because appearance really occupies our senses. Well, because of our senses, we are distracted by appearance. It's harder to focus on I am because we can't see that. So it's much more interesting to focus on the visual, isn't it? But what we really need to do is change our belief that there are causes outside of our own mind. I mean, we do it all the time. We blame other people for our miseries. And it can really look like it's their fault, they did this, and life's not fair. And then we complain to somebody about it because we think that's going to bring us relief, but it doesn't. It's very difficult to see everything as being interconnected, but it is possible, and it begins with meditation. And we can always change things. For example, when we're blaming somebody for doing something wrong to us, I don't know what, we need to balance it out by remembering when they did something right for us, something that we liked, and just try and just even it out so that all our negative energy isn't going zoom against that person, which is really being directed to us. Because whatever we're putting out in the world, we're getting back. And so even if we can start off being selfish, thinking, well, I don't like her, but I'm going to see her in a positive way because I want the positive result from that, at least you're doing that. At least you're not creating more negative situations for yourself. And just to believe that everything comes from I am, and I am is within you. So what do we do? How do we change our world into something that we really want? I've written down, everything depends on I am's attitude towards itself. Define different arrangements of the one cause substance. This is from chapter 1. And I've got as well, which I'm just going to read all of it out. The most important thing we can do for ourselves is define our self-concept, believe it, and live in it. So we have to rearrange the present self-concept into something that is going to help us more. And how do you know how do you know what your present self-concept is? Just look at your environment, look at how people relate to you, and you'll see what it is. So you need to write down what kind of person you want to be to fulfill your dream or dreams. Write I am, and whatever qualities you think will fulfill that. And you say it, but you have to believe it. And then you imagine what you would look like, how you would relate to others, and just close your eyes and imagine that kind of person. Imagine yourself differently, and then walk into your new concept of self, so you're seeing through new eyes, and relate to other people and just see them as they would see you if you had this new success in whatever area. And just feel how it would feel and rest in that feeling, and then carry it around with you throughout the day and assume that you are already that. And that's how you start to rearrange that one cause substance of I am into something else, into something more conducive to fulfilling your dreams. So I hope that was helpful. That's the practical side, really. And as human beings, we're always aiming for something else. We're always wanting to move forward, and that's exactly how it should be. We should be always achieving new things. But it is good to take that time just to be satisfied with who we actually are, and to enjoy that, and just gain great security and peacefulness in it. So yeah, I hope that's helped. It's really about know yourself, know who you really are, and anchor to that, not to the body, not to some other egotistical aspect of yourself, but to God who lives within you, and you can trust in that. You can feel secure in that, and that's eternal and infinite. And so even if you achieve everything you want to, that's just not a fraction of the greatness of I am. So you've got everything right now. Just need to rest in it and appreciate it and love it. And so that can bring great satisfaction in the present moment, because it is the present moment. But we are here to expand. And so there's nothing wrong with aiming higher and imagining yourself as a different kind of person. So try it out, just test it out. And yeah, I would do that first thing in the morning and try and carry around the feeling, the assumption that you are the new concept of self, and then use your imagination to see yourself as being that which you want to be last thing at night before you fall asleep. Because if you take it into the unconscious, you impress upon the subconscious mind the new concept of being, and that's what is going to express it eventually, however long it takes. And we never know how long it's going to take. You just keep doing it. But the beauty of it is that when you're resting in it, you are it. So when you're resting in the new state, you're there already. You just can't see the results yet. And we can take a lot of great faith from that, great belief from that. Okay, it's 22 minutes, and I think I've done enough now. I'm sorry if that was a bit slow in parts. I just spoke as I felt, and I hadn't planned anything. Maybe I should plan a bit more, but sometimes I just like to freestyle a bit. I hope you enjoy the podcast. Please let me know what you think of that. And I'm going to try and do one of these every week. So I'll do chapter 2 next week, maybe 2 and 3 together. And just let me know if you want me to talk about anything. So please like if you liked, and subscribe, and hope you listen again soon. Okay, take care. Bye.